Even now in heaven there were angels carrying savage weapons.
Coues deer season is a couple days around the corner, so a lot of people are getting jacked up and ready to go. I am switching right now from my scouting backpacks to my hunting backpacks. So what am I doing? Well, I'm basically downsizing. So this is my hunting backpack. Again, this is for a tree stand situation. So what do I carry with me while I'm up in the tree? Okay, a pair of binoculars. These are the Leica 10x42 BNs. Good glass. There is truth to the saying of buy the best glass you can afford. Those Leicas have been good. They've been good for me. It's good glass. I carry them in this Badlands vinyl case. I'll be honest in saying this thing is really, really bulky and it's too big. And I don't carry this big thing when I'm spotting and stalking. This is more for, I'll hang on my tree stand or on a tree or something, just get it out of the way. It's just too bulky, but it does carry it effectively. Okay? A GPS. By the time that I'm ready to hunt, I know exactly where I'm going because I have my tree stand set up. So again, a GPS more for safety in case your four-wheeler breaks down, you know, whatever. It's safety thing. Okay? A Nikon rangefinder. This is the rifle hunter with angle compensation. Really, really good product. It's never let me down. It's got angle compensation for you, especially if you're shooting out of a tree stand, because you do need to aim differently. Okay, good product. An arm sleeve. Just put it on over my jacket, gets my sleeve out of the way. A bow hook. I used to never carry these things. I used to think it was a waste of time. But when you're in a tree stand, drill this into the tree behind you, set it up out of the way. It'll get your bow in a good location for you to reach it when a Coues deer does walk by. This is a rattle bag. This actually is a pretty big rattle bag. Doesn't need to be this big. They have some smaller ones. A rattle bag, these do work for Coues deer. I don't call that much out of a rattle bag. Maybe a couple times a day, 3 times a day. Or if it's really, really slow, I'll try to rattle every 30 minutes. That's if it's super slow and I'm just going nuts. So rattle bag. Okay, scent killer. Don't matter what brand you guys use, but scent killer does work. This is based on absolutely science. If there's any doubt, drag out those stinky old shoes, spray some of this stuff in there, and then smell them after a while. This stuff does work. Unlike some of the carbon outfits that have got some controversy based on them, this is good stuff. This will work. Okay, more calls. Got the can? Sounds like loving to me. Those can things do work. I have called in Coues deer. It's a goofy sound. This is actually a grunt call. I know someone's going to ask me about this, so the one I use is called, it's from Modern Call Products. It's just called the Coues deer call. Nothing's too special. I bought this at the Sportsman's warehouse in Las Cruces when I was going under. Modern calls. It does supposedly sounds like a Coues deer. They're made out of Arizona. Good product. And yes, I have grunted in animals before. Face paint. Okay, I think that a face is one of your shiniest surfaces, and deer do pick up on faces and eyes. So face paint's important. Got a rope to drag my bow up the tree. Headlamp. Okay. Got an extra merino wool shirt. Merino wool is come back in fashion lately. I don't know why it went out of fashion. Merino wool is really good stuff. It keeps you warm, keeps scent down, all that kind of stuff. Got all my licenses. I save them in a plastic bag just because I've got a ton of them now for New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Texas, wherever I hunt. So I just put them all in one thing and I know I'm good to go. Oh, and the White Mountain. So that's almost everything except for 2 things. My food and first aid kit. As far as food goes, when I'm out there I definitely have water. And I often take string cheese. Sometimes I'll take some summer sausage. Something kind of high in calorie, kind of keep me going, keep my metabolism going. Because when it's 12 degrees out there, it's no fun. It's no fun if you're hungry. So I always have food in my backpack. just for lunch or whatever. And also, it's a good idea to eat before you go out there because it does crank up your metabolism. It does keep you warm. So that's about food. Now, the last thing is first aid kits. This may cause a little controversy. We'll see. First aid kits, I personally think that first aid kits are stocked incorrectly, the ones you buy off the shelf. First aid kits, you know, they got stuff like Band-Aids and sewing gear and, you know, aspirins or, you know, whatever. They just got goofy stuff in them. Stuff for upset stomachs. Let's be honest, if I'm out there and I get a scratch, I'm not going to put a Band-Aid on it. It's just not me. If my stomach's upset, I'm just going to hunt through it. It's just how I am. If I got a headache, well, then I'm going to come home. You know, I just think the first aid kits they're stocked strangely. Maybe it's just for marketing purposes, I don't know. So what do I carry in my first aid kit? 2 space blankets. Okay? If somehow I do bust a leg out there and I got to stay warm, I'll wrap myself up in first aid blankets. Okay? Second thing is I have 3 ways of starting a fire. 3 ways. Super important. Okay? Also have some super glue in there in case if I have a cut and I need to super glue the wounds together, I will. I also have some blood clotting powders which you stick in there, it stops the wound. I also have 2 little books. One book is first aid book. Hopefully, you know, we'll have to use it with somebody else. And I also have a book on survival. So that's stuff like how to set a snare trap, which way to go, you know, survival stuff, that type of thing. And I also have a picture of my family. I think it's really important to have that in your first aid kit because I think the will to survive is amazingly strong. You always hear stories about how people are in a life-threatening situation, they pull out a picture of their family and it gives them strength. And I truly believe in that. It's a good thing to stick in your backpack or in your first aid kit. Stick a picture in there. Hopefully you'll never need to draw on the strength of your family. But if you do, it's nice to have. Again, so that's what I have in my backpack. Is this for you? Will this work for you? Maybe not. But it's what I use. Maybe it's going to give you some ideas. Maybe it'll help you kind of pare down some of your stuff. You don't have to have, you know, all kinds of gear out there. Just have the gear you know how to use, and that's the most important. Whatever you carry, know how to use it, please. Anyways, thank you for watching. Take care. Good luck this season, and have a great new year.